Greetings, Internet, and welcome to the second episode of Turn 8 Gaming's landmark video series, or whatever I'm going to call it. Maybe that's it. I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. Oh no, the sun's blocking us again. So that is Opie. For those of you that are familiar with our Turn 8 podcast, you'll recognize his voice immediately. There he is, waving.
Yay!
That's Arcana. And of course, I'll do it too while I'm at it. There's Naya. So we're back with our second episode here, the tutorial. I kind of gave everybody a brief intro about what was going on with the game before. Like I said, then if you're interested in a lot more of that kind of stuff, check out EverQuest Next Landmark's actual site. They have a lot more info that I'm not going to bother repeating because that's just unnecessary. But we are here in the Bridge to Nowhere, as you can see on my little screen on the top there, which is Opie's claim or plot or whatever you want to call these things. Claim is actually what they call them. Why be vague about it? So what we're going to do here, this is actually the first of our little tutorials here. So Opie's actually going to show you guys something that, a little trick that he picked up. So you can see all these little towers that he's got around. They're not little, they're big.
Yeah, they're big.
I don't know why I said that. He's got two big towers here. Ignore that spot right there where they don't connect very well. That's a cut and paste.
Yeah, that's a bug
thing.
there.
Yeah. But as you can see, they're pretty cool. They're nice and rounded like. There are steps inside of them. I can walk around inside. As you can see, the inside is not round.
No, that would be.
But the outside is. Yeah, it would have been a lot more work. But, yeah, pretty cool looking. So, kind of difficult to do, because cylinder tool is not one of the default tools. So I go over here and look on the left here. I bring up my little tools. You see you've got this slope full, corner, outside corner, chamfered edge, a regular cube, and a sphere. I can't build anything here because we're in Opie's plot, but it doesn't matter. You get what those shapes are. But cylinder, not one of them. So you cannot make a tall tower like that. So if you watched any of the videos that kind of came through, I think it was in the live stream, maybe the last live stream they did. Although if this video comes out after Wednesday, there will be one more. But it was the third live stream they did. And they kind of gave a little trick on how they did, how they made cylinders. And their methodology was, all right, you take your little add tool, which you can see down here. You make a plus sign with it. You go up to these little tools on the side and pick this slope full. And just kind of connect the corners of the plus so it becomes this octagon shape. And then when you do this thing here, which if you're looking at my screen you can see is the smooth tool, and then they just, put a box around it with the selection tool here, hit the smooth tool a bunch of times, and it kind of rounded it off. Not 100%, but sort of. But now I'm going to show you Opie's screen here. And as you can see on his, he does not have the smooth tool.
No.
You do not start with it. That's something you have to actually go out and craft. Now, like I said before in the beginning of the video, I'm kind of nuts about going out and trying to get everything I can get, and that's why I haven't built much. Opie, on the other hand, was more interested in building things, so he did, which is great. But, yeah, so he's going to give us a little quick tip. I'll let him take it away on how he made these cylinders without the smooth tool.
Right. All right. So really all you need for this is two different tools. You need the selection tool, which is one of the later ones you unlocked, at least we did in the alpha here, and then the exceeding add tool, which is one of the earliest ones you get, probably the earliest you get in the final game. I don't even know. So anyway,
I would hope you probably start with that, honestly.
I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they actually have us build that as well. It wouldn't be expensive, but yeah.
I don't know. Starting out not even having any add tools. I mean, you wouldn't be able to do anything. You'd have to go mine right away.
I mean, I think they said that they wouldn't even have you would have to make a claim thing anyway, right? So if you have to make a claim flag, then why give you the tools?
That is true.
Anyway, so to start with this, we're just going to use the add tool, and actually the first thing we're going to make is just a little box. This essentially just gives us a point to start with. And I'll explain why we're putting this box down. It won't really make sense right away. But, whatever you're going to use to craft this thing, I made it stone, so yeah. And then we're going to use the add tool again, and now we're going to make a sphere. The only real round thing you can actually make. The only reason I have this block here is because if you try to put a sphere on a flat surface like this, it kind of lowers the sphere to like the middle point. Whereas if I do it over the top, it raises it. And to do this cylinder, I'm really interested in the middle of the sphere. Everything else is kind of just extra. So I'll just place it right there, and bam, we got a giant sphere. Yeah,
That is huge.
by the way, this is what you need to make the larger towers, so yeah. And now, the selection tool. Selection tool, all I'm really getting at this point is the very middle of this sphere. So I'm going to try and highlight the whole thing, which kind of takes a while because you have to move it around and get the whole thing. And so just watch me do that. And I'll move this over here. And by the way, Rich, I am hitting shift every time I talk, which is probably a bad idea.
I like that we have that recorded now, too.
Yes, yes.
I'm not going to edit that out.
That's fine.
No,
yeah.
the world needs to know.
Yeah, when we do push a talk and another in TeamSpeak, so I'm used to hitting that all the time, so...
So if you hear a lot of extra button clicking coming on Opie's side.
Yeah. So you want to make this thing 2 voxels wide, because the very center of this thing is what you're going for, and 1 voxel is not enough. And by wide, I mean tall.
Right.
So let's move this down a little bit more. We want to get the very center. It looks like that's what it is. Make sure we've got the whole sphere selected, like so. Yeah, it looks like it. And then we're gonna hit, we're gonna copy it. Control C for anyone who's done copy and paste. That still works.
It is nice that that tool is
Yeah.
intuitive that way.
And then I'm actually gonna select this whole sphere. And actually, I'll just, no, that's not it. I just hit Control Z, actually, to undo everything, to just get rid of that stuff. And now, Control V to paste. Now I'm pasting the center, sliver of that sphere, and I can kind of place it wherever I want now. Move it over a little bit like this. Let's put it right there. And bam, we've got a little sliver of tower. And we just kind of, at this point, really, you're just kind of redoing that over and over again. Now, the tricky part is lining this up correctly, because it's hard to kind of visualize it, because it's the actual placement tool is a bunch of boxes, so it's hard to kind of get it to match up. So you will probably place it a few times and it won't work, but that time worked great.
Yeah, I was gonna say, nice work.
I've done this a few times now, so.
So yeah, like what I was mentioning before, over on this thing here, this spot, this is not when he was building it. That was actually when he had a whole tower. Uh-oh.
Yeah, screw that one up. Control Z. Hooray! Undo.
Everybody loves undo.
So once I get a few layers here, then I'll actually get to that.
You did it again.
Yeah. See, this is annoying. I won't lie. This method without the smooth tool is takes a bit, but once you get the hang of it,
Nice. There you go.
there we go. And right there, and right there.
All right, I can just stand on top of this and go up too. Whee!
Yeah, it's nice. Little elevator. So actually, you could just keep doing this over and over and over again, and just go as high as you want.
Oh.
Okay. Screwed up there. And there. And there. There. And we just keep going up. Now at this point, to make it a little faster, why don't I just use the select tool again, and we'll just select this entire tower and just copy that. So we move this over here, kind of just manipulating the select tool to, oh, I fell to the hole. Jumping on hills is not very good. Let's move this up a little bit like so. And we go around. Doesn't help that I had this super jump enchantment on right now, or item, and it makes it a little unwieldy to jump. We got that selected, and now we'll just drag up. Zoom out a bit here.
I can't get up there, huh?
All right, copy and paste that. I probably should have stayed on top of there.
This is where the grappling hook would come in handy. But like I mentioned
Yes.
before, I have not built one yet, and neither has Opie.
I'll stay on top of my little thing over here, though. That'll work.
Yeah, right on the blade. That's good.
Yes. Yes.
I'm huge. Oh, nice placement.
Actually, you can do it from below it as well. Just a little more manipulating. You have to kind of use the arrows to move everything around. My cape keeps getting in the way. There we go. And then we'll move this up here.
Boom.
And yeah, so, I mean, that's the gist of it right there. You know, I can take this higher. As you can see, I'm getting close to the top of my actual claim. But that's how you can really just make these smooth towers, and they're perfectly smooth too. The one thing I like about this method is, I guess this actual smooth tool kind of like degrades things. So
yeah, it's sort of like an erosion tool more than just a smooth tool.
Exactly. Whereas this kind of just makes perfectly smooth kind of surfaces, and it works really well.
Yeah.
So
the only slight disadvantage to this method is that you can pretty much only do it for the largest sphere you can make.
yes, exactly. If you want to make a tower that is even bigger than this, or wider, I should say,
It probably wouldn't work for that.
No.
Not sure how you would do that. With this method, anyway, you would have to do the other method.
Yeah,
you
you-
just watch your name walking up the inside of a building. There it goes.
now can I make this jump?
Whee!
Oh
The answer is no.
no, yeah, that definitely did not happen.
All right, there, folks. That's there you have it. Nice method for doing that. Now, obviously, this is that was the biggest size sphere you could make, correct?
Yes, this is the biggest. So.
Yeah. So there are smaller sizes if you're looking for.
Yeah, like if you look here, I've got columns below
Yeah.
my structure that are holding this up, and they are just same method, just using smaller spheres to make them. So yeah.
And in fact, if you wanted to, you could probably hit this with the smooth tool if you did have it at the end, just to kind of give it that last little bit of oomph for certain areas, especially if you got like those little jaggy bits that
Yeah.
were a little screwy sometimes. But although, as you can see right here, it looks nice. Alrighty, that's our first little tutorial tip and trick thing on how to do that. I'm going to try and keep it right now. You can see that's Opie over there. Opie's going to be wearing the Noble's Regalia, I believe, is that?
Yeah, probably.
And I'm wearing the Tech Commander gear. So the character creator not quite fully fleshed out in this game yet.
No, I think we had like 3 choices for
Something
faces.
like that, yeah. Although, honestly, if I stand right next to you here, we did a pretty decent job of not actually being the exact same look.
Yes, yes.
Considering we apparently both went with female characters. That's pretty impressive. But anywho, waving bye-bye.
Whee!
So I hope you guys enjoyed that, our first little tip and trick. Stay tuned. Like I said, if you like this, give us a like on YouTube. Subscribe so you can see more videos that we're going to be putting up there. And we will bring you more tips and tricks. Building, when we can do cooperative building, that's going to be awesome. But even before then, we're probably going to do some building. As you saw here, Opie's built some stuff. So maybe he will tear some things down and rebuild or expand or something like that. And we'll just kind of show you the process of it. Possibly in time-lapse-ness. Probably, because I seriously doubt you're going to want to sit there and watch a 3-hour video of one guy making a tower or something like that. That might be a little nuts, but we'll do something like that, so stay tuned for that, subscribe, and you'll be the first to know about it when it comes up. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Turn 8.
Whee!
Woohoo! I wanted to get back up there, and I missed the opportunity.
Yeah, you could probably make the jump. I think I jumped a little too early, so.
That sounds like a challenge.
Alright.
Da-da-da-da-da.
It's been enough time to stop recording. And bam.
I'm still recording. Where is it? Where am I? Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah!
Hooray!
And I did a little flip too, just to make it more impressive. My Olympic jump. Bah! Nose!
Trying to get on that now.